About 6 months or so ago, I did a video on this truly wonderful clockwork model steam engine, which is powered by the motor from an old wind-up gramophone. Now, I spotted this on eBay and I was just intrigued by it, so I put a bid in on it and managed to win it, and I absolutely love this thing. Never thought I'd ever see anything even remotely like it again. However, I'd like you to meet its big brother. This amazing thing again came up on eBay. I spotted it and I thought, oh yeah, that's like an amazing contraption. Bid on it and was lucky enough to win the auction. It's incredible. I'll put the first one in front of it so you can see just how big this thing is. Yep, it's massive. This thing is huge. There wasn't really any scale on the pictures on the auction listing, and I didn't realize quite how big it was until it actually turned up. But yeah, it's truly amazing feat of engineering. So what is it? Well, what I think it is, what it's meant to be, is a model of a triple expansion tandem steam engine. Now, I've seen a video and pictures of one of these. Actually, I think it's Trencherfield. I'll have to check that. I'll put the link in the description. But it's a very, very similar layout. And this is the full-size actual mill engine, you know. And I think this is what this is supposed to be a model of. Now, this is, I haven't done anything to it. This is exactly as it came out of the box that it was packed in. But we'll have a closer look at it. So here's a sort of overhead shot of this thing. Now, it's going to need a lot of work. All of this is loose. You know, none of this is fixed down properly. There's a few small parts missing. It does rotate. The eccentrics work. But yeah, it's going to need a lot of work. But what is, to me, what is amazing about this thing is the construction of it. And we'll close in on some of the parts and you can have a look. Virtually everything on here is made from a laminate of steel or brass straps. These connecting rods, okay, that's two pieces laminated together, as is the connecting rod end. The connecting rod ends are attached using these tapered flat pins. Okay, the cranks on the crankshaft are, again, that is a laminate of two pieces of, might even be three pieces of steel. And again, these conrod ends at this end, again, they're laminates of little bits of sheet, as is the piston rod ends. Also, the flywheel's a bloody work of art. I mean, this thing is, you've got the spokes, and then you've got three pieces of interlocking, like a jigsaw puzzle. There's three pieces of steel here that interlock to form the outer part of the flywheel. You can see it more clearly on here where there's a gap. And again, so the center of the flywheel again is a laminate of various different pieces. So there's a lot of work has gone into this. I've got it on the turntable now, so we'll move it around so you can have a look at it. Barely fits on my bench. This thing is so big. It's just an amazing thing. Now, I think there might have been a crank on here at some point. There is, as far as I can tell, there's no motor or any kind of actuation device in here, but there may have been a crank or a pulley on here, because there is a hole in the side of the case. In fact, there's two holes in the side of the case here, so there might have been a belt drive up to it. I don't know. Just as I said, it's just an amazing thing. I'm going to have to strip this right down. Let's pull it this way a little bit. There we go. So yeah, you know, you can see all the connecting rods and the eccentrics and the valve blocks here, I mean, it's all dummy, obviously. It's not actually a real engine, but the work that's been put into this thing is just truly incredible. Yeah, it seriously needs a lot of work to get it actually functioning, and I'll have to decide on, obviously have to decide on some kind of a motor for it, whether it be clockwork or electric, I don't know yet. Now here's the underside, which is interesting. I think there should have been 2 feet on this end as there is on that end, but it's this bit here is hinged, just held in place by that screw. So it does tend to indicate that maybe there was some sort of motor in there at one point that powered it. I just don't know. But as I said, I've got to take this all apart now. I'm going to do a sympathetic restoration on this, so I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to restore the wood, I'm just going to clean it. And where there's bits missing, I'll replace those. But this will be a long-term project. Please don't expect like updates on this every week. This is going to take me a long time to do this. I'm going to take loads of photographs of it to document it as it is before I start tearing it apart. And also I've got various other projects that I'm working on, so this will be a kind of background thing that I'll do a bit at a time to it. But I just thought you might like to have a quick look at this to start with, so you can see what I'm dealing with. If anyone's got any information about this, please let me know in the comments. Like I said, I think this is a Tandem triple expansion compound engine, or at least that's what it's supposed to be a model of, I believe. So yeah. So there we go. Like I said, this is the first look. I've done nothing to it whatsoever. I need to get inside and have a look and see whether there's any obvious mountings for a motor or whatever. So yeah, I mean, maybe it may have just been hand cranked. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's obviously this is quite old. I would imagine this was built a long time ago. But again, like the other one, it's just a nice, amazing mechanical device, and I love anything like this. So, as always, hope you found this interesting and enjoyable, and thanks very much for watching. Cheers.